In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders.
That's assault, that's assault, break that, pop that chair, that's assault, that's assault, break that, pop that chair. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, that's assault, you cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that, these people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that go? I will. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's assault. Excuse me. You cannot touch me like that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. That's break that. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that. Break that. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair here. Men, you cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair. Men, stop that chair. Men, stop that chair. Men, these people are going to eject you from this line. Break that. That's break that. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Men, break that. Oh, I will. Men, that's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Stop that chair here. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Break that. Stop that chair here. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. It is. You cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that. Break that. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that go? I will be. Excuse me. Excuse me. Break that. That's assault. Excuse me. Stop that chair. You cannot touch me like that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. That's break that. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that. That's assault. That's assault. Stop that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will be assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair here. Men, you cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. These people are. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that. That's break that. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Break that. Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Stop that chair here. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 That's assault.
Hey, where are you from, ma'am? Where are you from?
Io sono from Italia. Viva Italia, per favore, via la lure, mezzo mare, mamma mia, da maritare. Ciacinca, buah. Figlia mia, da fantasia, mamma mia, se faccio tu.
I can't understand her. I think she might be French.
Here it is. Here it is. I didn't go out hunting it. I didn't go out looking for it. I don't even hardly believe it's still myself, but right here it is. Let's go worldwide TV. Forget cable, forget national TV. Let's go worldwide satellite. It's a trip. That club's plumb awesome. It's plumb awesome. It's plumb awesome. Something about that club. Something about that old bat. This thing is just simply amazing. The thing is simply awesome. But this thing is just simply amazing. It is simply awesome.
Okay, I don't want to be controversial as fuck already. Like the first thing I do and say in this episode, I really don't want it to cross any lines, but it does really, it plagues me at night. It haunts my dreams. I do often wonder, when he finds a plumb awesome stick, he lets you know that this stick is plumb awesome, right? So when he finds a plum, does he call it stick awesome? Sound off in the comments.
Awesome. This thing is for real. I'm telling you. It's simply amazing. It is plumb simply awesome. It's simply, I can't get over that handle. It is plumb simply awesome. You know? Plumb simply awesome. I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to interviewing you. I can't wait to amaze your eyes. I'm serious.
Ladies and gentlemen, Baby Rapper.
Baby rapper, cool as he can be. Baby rapper, baby rapper. Baby rapper, cool as he can be. Baby rapper, baby rapper. He knows his numbers and his ABC. Baby rapper, baby.
I muted again. I muted during Baby Rapper. He knows his numbers. He knows his ABCs. I told you guys, this is the fucking jam. This is the hot summer jam of the summer. What the fuck did I just get? Oh, be okay. I'm gonna cry. I'm about to cry. I have to go. I'm about to cry. Please enjoy Baby Rapper while I cry for a minute. What the oh, be okay. Oh my God, I look so good in this. What? I never look good. Is that, you guys, I need. OBOK just sent me, I got a doll. I got one of the dolls. Am I having a seizure? Jesus Christ, EB. Yes. This is amazing. She made me a doll. One of those thingies, the Barbies. It's got a Hugan in it. I need to, I'm going to cry. Thank you, OBOK. Oh my God. Now would be the time to announce I'm John Barron. Just kidding. I'm so sorry. That was inappropriate. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Baby Rapper.
Baby rapper, cool as he can be. Baby rapper, baby rapper. Baby rapper, cool as he can be. Baby rapper, baby rapper. He knows his numbers and his ABC. Baby rapper, baby rapper. He can dance, he can sing, he can rap about anything. He digs music that moves his soul like rhythm and blues and rock and roll. Baby rapper.
And now, Baby Rapper is going to do his impersonation of the Beatles. So come on, folks, let's dance along, sing along to Beatles songs.
Cool as he can be. Baby rapper, baby rapper.
Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes.
And they're trying to get us canceled. They're trying to get us copyright. Okay, I'm sending it to myself right now so I can show everyone. OBOK, I am like, oh my God, I need to, what is it? What is the thing that makes you, makes the tears stop? Is it beta blockers? Oh my God, I'm trying so hard right now not to cry. Like, it's really hard not to cry. This is the cutest thing. Is that a fucking Guy Fawkes? Okay, this is, by the way, OBOK makes really cool like Barbie dolls that are like, I don't know how to explain it. It's better than Barbie because it's like every accessory you could ever fucking want. You know what I mean? Like when you would get the Barbies and the accessories were never, it's like, yeah, I get it, but can I get more? Yeah, I'm trying. I'm sending it to myself right now, Melissa. Sorry, Baby Rapper's so good at distracting me. You know what? I feel like we need maybe this. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna fucking show it to you, okay? Let me pull it up. But this is turd. This is turd. Let me pull it up.
Children, lost and wild. Dad punishes us, each and every child. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us. Hell in the cell, hell in the cell. It's Dad's test of out might. All kids will go in to fight. There is only one survivor, bring a shiver, a screwdriver. Punishment is kinetic dance. Leotards moving in a trance. It's the feral children's penance, watching camel toes prance. My Auntie Deb is a whore. We are feral children, lost and wild. Dad punishes us, each and every child. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us. My Auntie Deb is a fucking whore. Hell in the cell, hell in the cell. Test of out might. All kids will go in to fight. There is only one survivor, bring a shiver, a screwdriver. Punishment is kinetic dance. Leotards moving in a trance. It's the feral children's penance, watching camel toes prance. Mommy fucking Deb is a goddamn whore. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us.
Okay, I got it. I pulled it up. Here, look, I pulled it up. This is amazing. Also, I just realized I have something else to show you guys. Also, hello. Oh my gosh, look, Noelle is here. Hello, Noelle. Mahjong to the Ferals. There's only one. Oh shit, John Barron's here. God damn it. Is it because I said I'm you? Is it because I sold shirts? John, I'm not giving you any of the cuts. I don't know you, but I earned every single dime I got from that shirt that I stole your persona to make. I did not sell any of those shirts, by the way. But if I did, I'd keep it. How are you doing today, everybody? Listen, I'm like, I'm trying so hard not to cry right now. This is so sweet. I love this so much. First of all, okay, let's look at this doll. Let's have a vanity moment, shall we? I have very low self-esteem, so this is very exciting for me. I really quite enjoy this. Okay, here. Mod him. Oh my God, Ernie, you're out of... John, you're not getting a cut. I'll see you in court, motherfucker. I'll see you in court, dude. Also, I bet you $1 million that's Melissa. Look, Melissa's saying mod him too. Jesus Christ. You're John Barron this week? Damn it. For those of you who don't know, everybody is John Barron. We're supposed to rotate. God damn it. Sean said John Barron had a birthday party in Florida. Would have been a cooler party with shirt money. Yeah, I know. I will. Okay, I'll mod him later. Thank you very much. I'm very tired. My eyes all fucked up. I had a gig the other night, which is why I skipped a night of streaming. Hold on. I have to, my eyes wet. I got to clean it. It's from the water that comes out when I get emotional. No, I had to get, oh shit. Oh my God. Everyone's here. C Smith also. So I had a gig and I let, by the way, shout outs to some guy named Gay Ian. He said to call him Big Gay Ian. Oh my God, my eyes. He sent me these press on nails because I was complaining about how I never have nails and I just chew them off and then rip off my fingernails because I've never had I hate fingernail. I just hate them. And a guy named Big Gay Ian sent me these kids press on nails. And he said they're from the dollar store. And he said if you bite or chew them off, it doesn't hurt you. They just pop right off. And he said, keep it tight, queen. I believe that's what he ended his note that came with the nails with. And they're not too bad. But I'm not used to them. And they do keep popping off. But I scratched the shit out of my eye in the middle of a gig. It was yesterday. And oh my God. And then I couldn't see it. And I tripped. And that was cool. That was really sick. But yeah, I'm trying to navigate a lot right now. I do have a cut on my cornea. I'm self-harming my own eyeballs. Let's look at this fucking doll. This is amazing. I can't believe that. I'm kind of speechless. This is so sick, dude. This is so freaking sick. I can't believe this is so awesome. So she really goes out with the accessories. She does a lot here. Let me make it huge. First of all, I look so skinny. Thank you. Just thank you. The hip to top ratio is perfect. Tit size not too big. Always bothered me when people would make like anything, any rendition of me where the tits are too big. I'm like, I wish. When are they going to drop? You know, the necklace is the exact necklace I wore for 10 years. Is that fucking Fredrickson? Oh my God. Also, okay, let's go through this. This is amazing. First of all, I love that you trolled my Instagram. You got the Jinko Biloba jeans. We got Dylan in the background with a Pentagon shirt, which is insane. I love that. So the Eat Pant Cake, me and my cousin and a couple of different people in our little friend group and family group, okay? We all love the Eat Pant Cake, right? So we make each other the Eat Pant Cake from Reddit. We do that all the time. And the worse it looks, the better. But one year I did a Bobby Hill one and it looked like it said eat cunt. And that was fun. So we abandoned that. We just kept with Eat Pant Cake as a birthday cake we do every year. This is my Versace Kolache wrap logo, which is so fucking funny because it's next to a foot. Oh God. It's next to a foot. That's fun. I do love daisies. Daisies are on a lot of things. I don't know why, but I do like them. And then this is, you guys know I love putting my durian mask on when I like to relax in the evening. One of my favorite all-time GIFs is the snake licking the lollipop. It's crazy that you put that there. That's a sperm, I think. I don't know what that is, but that's sick. There's my logo. There's me and Dylan when he was in the job squad. He was Al Snow and I was Head from ECW. So I just had a black sheet over neck down and I was just the crazy Head and he was Al Snow. And then Al Snow saw it and shared it and we flipped our ever-loving shit. This is me and Dylan with Tom Rhodes at Skankfest. Tom Rhodes is the guy who mentored Mitch Hedberg. So that's fucking sick. That's what? A Leo sign? It looks like sperm. Huh. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Hugan, Austin in the background with the owl building. Love that. Bogan and Bogan. Love that. Thank you, Paul. 4chan kills me. Because I started a website. It's called 4chan. If you go to it, you're a pervert. There's Hugan with his fucking, I forgot, with his fucking Karen wig that we put on him. One time, me and Dylan played chef and we bought lobster and that was like our dinner. And then I doused it in A1. He made me take a picture. Ricky Lake and Maury. Oh my God. Hugan. That is actually, Hugan does wear his shrimp costume while he carries his baby shrimp around. Roast Battle in the background is the best. Flyers are the best. The shirt is that Marcus? Marcus. This is me and my buddy Ralph. I was on hallucinogenics in that picture. I'm not going to lie to you. That is Duckhead for the birthday. This is a Scott Hall Razor Ramon. Oh, you can't see my little wand? Oh, well. My little wand? Okay, let's zoom in. Now it'll let you see it. So, oh, no, it went away again. Well, right there. There you go. That is my Razor Ramon Scott Hall pinata that I made for our wrestling show. And yes, I make pinatas for fun. Don't bother me about it. There's my full Christian birth given name. This picture right here. Okay, let's talk about this. This picture. So you know how my family in my town was in a church shooting, right? And it got shot up and a lot of people died that day. This is that church and I'm in it and they had me singing. They said, "Would you like to sing a praise and worship song at church?" And I said, "Sure." And then I got nervous, so I stuck the microphone in my mouth. And that's what that picture is. That is 8th grade me shoving a microphone in my mouth because I got nervous. This is my son and my father, Fredrickson. This is Hugan the first time he tasted barbecue. He immediately got stoned. Something happened. He got something. Mimi gave him barbecue and he made that face for about 2 hours. Okay. This is my Guy Fawkes mask because I'm also anonymous. This is my favorite shirt that I can no longer find. And I think my old roommate stole it. There's me and Dylan with a Chinese anime, some sort of filter on. That's fun. That's Hugan's sneaky, I just farted face. And that's Assault. Bullet Club for life. Will always be a Bullet Club member. I appreciate that. I love how my eyes are a normal distance apart. I appreciate that editing. That had to be tough because I could never figure out if they're not far enough or not. And I blame my mom for smoking cigarettes for a year. Not when she was pregnant, just at all. This is amazing. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Obach. This is the best. I'm going to go redo yours and put way more shit on it. I'm going to put way more accessories on it. Because, the foot. The foot. I love how the foot is kind of, it's behind my back, but also above my head, and it's always haunting me. This is incredible. I love this. So, is that CM Punk? Perfect segue. Perfect segue. Obach, thank you so much. I will be checking your butthole prints and passing them. You have passed the test. Your butthole prints have passed. Okay. CM Punk. Let's talk about that because that's really crazy. Actually, let's talk about that after I show you this. I got this today. All right. I got this thing today. Let me pull it up here. Let me pull it up. This is another thing. Here we go. Let's share this tab instead. Okay. So I got this today. Please ignore my obviously 1989 keyboard. This is this thing right here. Okay. This is a Ursula toy that moves. And you're going to see it move in a minute. I got this at Five Below. They're normally $7. I got it for $3.50 because it was on sale. Okay. And it took me forever to get the batteries and all the shit inside of it. But you know how Hugan loves chasing things. I thought, well, maybe he'd like a toy, a little Ursula, right? So now I'm going to show you Hugan's reaction. I would like to warn you ahead of time. I hate showing the inside of my house because we have concrete floors and they did not seal them properly. So they have a lot of like chips in them. Our floors just look terrible. Like the whole house. And good, I'm frozen. Excellent. Our house, the whole house, even upstairs, the concrete is just terrible. Okay. So it is mopped. I actually have to pay to get it. Like I have to pay to get this thing that I rent to clean the floors. And they are never, this is the cleanest they get because I just did that. So don't give me shit for it. And you're going to hear me apologizing for the floors in this video because every time I send a video of Hugan to a family member and he's playing, they're like, what is wrong with your fucking floors? And I just now when I make videos with the floors in it, I'm like, okay, look, listen, my floors are shit. Okay. So yeah, same. The people who lived here before ripped it all out and then they ripped out the baseboards and I had to put my own in. Also, does it sound okay? Because guess who took apart her soundboard? Okay. Resoldered it. And now it seems to be working perfect again. This bitch. You know why? Because I'm cheap and I'm poor and I refuse to spend money. The one that I ordered last time I had replaced twice. It sounded like shit. Like having a broken one I had to fuck with and blow on and hit all the time. worked better than the new ones. So I finally bit the bullet. I bought the right screwdriver kit. I took it all apart. I soldered 2 little parts that were fucked. And now I think it works great. Now I just got to get a fucking better camera that's not a piece of shit. And then we will be on our way. Sounds good? Excellent. I used to have to stick a highlighter to push the button down and then stick it under the overhang of the counter above my desk. And if it had to be pried in there just right, and it would crack and shut me off if I didn't jam it in there just in the perfect spot. It has a sweet spot. Usually takes me 5 minutes to get it in that spot before I start a live. Finally, I just took it apart and I was like, it's dusty. And little parts of it were disconnected. So I fixed that. I think it sounds better now. This is just a really expensive soundboard. It's a professional grade board that's like used for like when I was a musician. I used it a lot. And I don't want to replace it. It's perfect. I love it. This is a great board, but they don't really make these anymore. So I was like, I got to do something. So I did something. Okay. So this is, hello, Satan. Hello, Satan. Everyone say hello, Satan, and mahjong to you, Satan. Bubsy, nice to see you. Julie is here. Everybody's here. Kalisa is here. Hello, hello, hello. So check this out. This is, again, forgive the floors. This is Hugan's reaction. Okay. To this fucking Ursula thing. And this is the creepy. For $350, it's definitely worth the entertainment that Hugan gets out of it. Here, I'm going to let you watch. I'm going to make it real big, all right? Here we go. Floor. This is Ursula. We just, we have shitty concrete floors. There's nothing we can do. We're going to try this out, though. Let's see. Okay. Are you ready, Mookies? Don't freak out, all right? Don't freak out. What's wrong? You know. No. She just exists. Also, I'd like to point out, it's the only time you're ever going to see my feet. Also, I had just given him a toy and he ripped it to shit. You could see part of it there. He ripped the head and the neck off of the flamingo. Okay. And then there's all this fuzz everywhere, right? So I had just swept it up. For the first time in Hugan's life, he jumped onto the trash can. I've never seen him do this. Took a piece of fluff, brought it back, put it on the ground, went and got more, just kept repeatedly bringing fluff and replacing the mess on the floor. I just mopped. And also instructions for all this shit I've been taking apart. He never eats paper, but he's been taking papers and things off my desk. Like he's learned how to prop himself, like not stand, like he can't walk like a human, but he jumps and then he leans on the desk and he'll just take papers and just throw them on the ground. So he just tossed a bunch of paperwork around. Like, fuck it, I quit. He just threw paperwork everywhere. I came home, there's paperwork everywhere. He's ripped all the fluff out. So I reward him with evil Ursula. He hates her. When I put her up he has his own dresser, his little living area back there. When I put her up there, he just jumped up and kept biting at her tentacles and trying to pull her down. He hates toy car now. Ursula's his new bitch. What's wrong? You know. No. She just exists. Mookies. Okay. Did you see the shit fall out of his mouth? He foams at the mouth. Her tentacles. He bites at her tentacles. Look at those toes. Look at those Adidas toes. All day I dream about. Put your answer in the comments. No. She just exists. Mookies. Okay. Mookies, don't bite her. Mookies. Oh, be nice. No, Ursula. Right. So forgive the floor. So this is what we do all day. When you guys want to know I wonder what she's doing where she's not streaming. It's that. It's that. I'm just buying toys for Mookie's to freak out over. And then I watch his reaction. I giggle. I film it. I send it to my mom. And then that's my day. And I do that all day, every day. Mookie's is going to be who's that kid? Ryan, whatever. There's this kid, Ryan's World or something. I just remember my old roommate was a Manny. And he used to always talk about how this kid just loves fucking Minions and fucking Ryan's World. And it's some kid who just opens toys. And then I guess his parents are just, they're just like, here's a lot of toys. And then they became millionaires because this kid opens the toys. And then he's like, I didn't like that. So that's that whole situation summarized. Anyway, I'm the new Ryan's World. I just buy these cheap ass toys at like $5 Below. And then I give them to Mookie's. And I say, well, what do you think of this? And then I film him freaking out. And that is my job as a parent. So, no one said Subarus in middle school. Who said Subarus? Who has a Subaru? Oh, all day I dream about Subarus. Yeah, people said that in middle school. Sure. Why not? So Sprite, that was real big. Remember Heads Up, 7-Up? That was also big. There's a lot of shit going on. Okay. So I've got a couple of things. Let me see what's up next on the docket. Oh yeah, I've got news. I've got great news. Let's do news. Let's do news. Okay, it's time for news. Are you ready? Kobe Davis has been found. Yes. Kobe has been found. Woohoo! If I had a clap sound, I'd play it. But I don't. I just have Tiny Sting. Okay, so Tiny Sting is letting you know that Kobe Davis has been found. Thank you, Sting. He's been found. This is fantastic. I spoke to Jessica today. I turned in the camera tip and stuff like a week ago, and they never contacted me. Never heard back. So I hit up Jessica, and I'm like, have you heard anything? She hadn't heard anything. Fast forward 24 hours, he's found. He's found. He's okay. As far as we know, we don't know any details about where he was or how they found him or what led to that, but he's okay. Kobe Davis has been found. This is fantastic news. I'm so happy. For those of you who took the time to search for him, to look at the cameras, I had 2 people request flyers and I sent them, and both of you guys, thank you so much. They went and put them around town. One person, when she was putting up flyers, she doesn't even chat. She just watches, and then sometimes she sends me emails. I'm trying to remember what park. It wasn't Debuchy, but she put it at another park, and some guy walked up and was like, that guy looks so familiar. And he took a flyer and he said he was going to call in because he thought he saw the guy. He thought he saw Kobe. But I don't really know, what came of that or where he saw him. So this is incredible. I'm just so happy. Yay, Kobe, dude. Yay, Kobe. This is just, I'm thrilled. And this is the second or third time that someone went missing, and then within a week we had some good news. So this is exciting. This makes me very happy. Some other news from last night. This is wrestling news, okay? For those of you who don't know, AJ Lee fucking returned. I don't know if anybody cares. That was another reason I couldn't go live last night. I was freaking out. My chest got tight. I thought I was going to stroke out. That is the only return in wrestling history that everybody said, no fucking way that's happening. Worse than CM Punk. Nobody thought that would happen. The amount of adult women who were teen girls when they obsessed over Trish and Lita, but then became infatuated with AJ Lee and then quit wrestling when quit watching when she left. The amount of those women and the gays who were going insane over this return on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything, was unlike any response I've ever seen from the wrestling community. I cried so hard I had to borrow Dylan's inhaler. I cried multiple times. I woke up and watched it again and I cried. Her stomach muscles scare me too. She's very strong. She has an amazing book called Crazy is My Superpower. She is a young lady who had a horrific childhood, struggled in the indies, was given the gays love wrestling. Oh my God. Effie is every gay's favorite. And then Kelly, Trish, Lita, AJ Lee, and they all fucking love Roman. So yeah, no, the gays are, and Finn, because Finn is, and then there's bisexual Undertaker. Everybody loves him. That's Damian Priest. Yeah, definitely. Oh, there's a whole section of like, there's gay wrestling, just like there's gay Twitter. There's old school. There's so many different genres within one sports entertainment, if you will. And this was like RuPaul coming back if she quit television. Like that's what this was. I'm a gay man, so I went insane. I really like, not as much as when the Hardys came back, but I went a little crazy. I didn't break anything. Like I didn't break a cup like I did when the Hardys came back. I smashed a glass. I was so happy. But I did consider getting a Let's Light It Up tattoo, and I didn't. But goddamn, wrestling is so good right now. This is probably the best it's ever been. If Daniel Bryan, the American Dragon, comes back to WWE, I'd feel sad for AEW, but I wouldn't hate it. Because we already have the Bella Twins. So like, may as well bring Daniel back and then do a 3-way tag match with lovers, right? With husband wives. LBGTQ HGTV strong. So if you've ever considered getting into wrestling, I'm saying this like it's if you've ever considered THC, if you're looking for some shit to do, get into wrestling now. Because it's about to get fucking wild. It's about to get so good. It's already good. It's about to get so good. But AJ Lee, so she wrote a book called Crazy is My Superpower because she lives with BPD. And she has a lot of like mental health issues. And she basically was given a character of you're the crazy chick. So at the time, she wasn't open about her mental health issues. And her character, she played that character so good. But when she left wrestling, she said it did make her like legit like fall back into like a manic cycle. And it caused her a lot of problems. And she wrote a book called Crazy is My Superpower about how to take care of yourself and your mental health, and how you can kind of live in a cruel and unfair world and still carve out a spot for yourself in anything, and kind of how to get through it. And it was praised as being like one of the best mental health resource books from an athlete. And then she went on to do Comic-Cons because she's really big about fucking comics and stuff and anime and all that stuff. What do you call it? Cosplaying. So she went on to do that. And then she was in some horror films. And then she was in Women of Wrestling. Remember when I was in Vegas and we were having that panic attack going down Fremont Street? She was performing right near me. Like she was like a producer for that. And she was also on it and a writer. And she said she would never go back to wrestling since they fired her. And then on her wedding day and her husband, and then delivered basically all of their stuff. Like they did this to Mickie James, to a bunch of wrestlers. They would have their stuff delivered in a trash bag. And that was back when Vince ran the place. And now that he's gone, AJ's back and everyone is fucking thrilled. I was on a dongle hunt. That's right, Sherlock. Fuck. I still get like, when I hear the word dongle, it's so stupid. It's such a stupid word, but it was a fun hunt. We did have a good time that day. I think we did. So that, oh my God, I just saw Amber KR's dog. I was pulling up the wrong tab and Twitter came open and that's Amber KR's dog and it is so cute. Oh, what a cute baby. Okay, so what else do we have? So AJ Lee is back. This is very exciting. I'm so tired. Bang. Okay, so what else do we have on here? Okay. Lisk news. We have Lisk news. All right. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you watch. It's like a 2-minute news story for those of you who missed it about the nuclear DNA evidence in the Lisk case. There's been an update. They already tried to basically fight back with a motion, but I don't think that it's going to go through. I still think that there's going to be a plea. I think there's going to be a plea just like Koberger. Because he fucking did it. But something interesting happened yesterday. Something interesting was announced. If you haven't heard, I will tell you about it after we watch this. This is the latest DNA updates. Remember, we had the Fry hearing and all of that going on. So let's check that out. And then, pig slots. It's all I think about is slotty pigs. When the gold coins come out of that pig's asshole, that is a thrill that I've never known. It was a different feeling. And I loved it. And I can never go back to Vegas. Okay, here. Check this out. We're going to get an update on nuclear. Remember when Bush used to say nuclear? That was fun. That was fun for all of us. Okay. Here we go. Maybe I'm too old. Some of y'all are like, who's Bush? It'd be fun. The bean guy. The guy who makes the baked beans. Don't worry about it. Here we go.
That's right. And the evidence that you are talking about is questioned hairs that were questioned by nuclear DNA testing. The judge now ruling that that is admissible in a courtroom. A very big decision made today after months of this Fry hearing. As we have reported, it started back in March. And today a decision was made that that nuclear DNA evidence can be used pertaining to the suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer's case. Now, as we have reported, this pertains to 9 hairs that were found on 6 of the victims in connection to Rex Heuermann. He is accused of killing 7 women in total. This Fry hearing has been going on for months. Today, the defense is now also filing another.
I mean, really think about that. Really think, because, just like Koberger and just like anything else, there's going to be people who are like, the always a defense attorney individual. And that's what I like to call them. Oh, you're a forever defense attorney, even though you don't practice law and you're not a lawyer. Okay, cool. People who are just always, they could be, we can't know. There's no way to tell. Prove it. And it's like, they proved it and you just won't accept it. You want to say everyone's innocent and they're not. There are monsters and pieces of shit in the world and you can't handle that. And I'm sorry, but it's true. How are they going? Exactly, Julie. 6 different people. Okay. Was it 9 hairs? Okay. 6 different people spanned across decades, like all in different places. None of them knew each other except maybe 2 victims. There was like, she was a friend of this person in Albany years ago. Like, other than that, they were not working together. They did not go missing at the exact same time. So many different people, different dates, coming from different areas into Long Island. Different times, some of them years apart. To have the same DNA or hair follicles, if you will, or hair, I shouldn't say follicles, hair. To have the same hairs present on so many victims, there is no explanation. There is no explanation. And not only that, not Rex's hair, his wife and his daughters, and then 1 or 2, I think, were his. So that's, I mean, not only does that tell you all you really need to know, But wow, that is a lot to overcome for the defense. And for this attorney, who, by the way, works really well with the prosecution. Like, they're not rude to. This is probably one of the most like, oh yeah, that's one of his many bad haircuts. By the way, little secret, if you go to Reddit in the subreddit called Fuck My Shit Up, you're going to see me posting a lot of Rex Heuermann pictures, because Fuck My Shit Up is a Reddit for people with bad haircuts. It's people who walk in and say, hey, can you fuck my shit up? And then it says, say no more, fam. And then this is what the barber gives you. And then you're supposed to just post the worst. And I've been posting Rex Heuermann. And let me tell you, getting a lot of Reddit karma. People hate his hair. They hate his fucking hair. And I've been doing this because I'm trying to harvest interesting content for you. And I would like to read you some of the burns one day that people are putting upon this man for his choice of hairstyle. Some may say that's rude. Why do you have to bully him? Because he's a fucking serial killer. Fuck him. I'm not going to say allegedly, because he fucking did it. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. How on earth does one manage to get such a distinctly perfect situation pointing right at them with DNA, whether it's hair, blood, semen? How do you, across so many different, like, how does one so perfectly fuck up? How does one make Lockhart look like the man, or Lacord, or Lacard, however you want to fucking say it? How does one so perfectly fuck themselves when trying so hard to be an elusive serial killer? By getting hair on all the victims damn near years apart, spaces apart, like, it's just, there's no explanation beyond he fucking did it. Hello, Darlene. Nice to see you. C. Smith, yes, he does give Nazi vibes. This is one of many very bad haircuts. The most recent one is the worst. The most recent one is it's a high and tight Farquaad. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like those old the old comic books about a prince where the hair is like short and just almost a bowl cut, but then it curls under. It's so bad. He might be the serial killer with the worst hair. And I'm sorry if that's petty, but I rip on people who do shit like that. If you're going to kill a lot of people, I'm going to roast you. I'm going to make fun of you. Get over it. Who has the worst hair out of every serial killer ever? It has to be Rex. Can you think of one with worse hair? I'm very interested. He has the worst hair. It's so bad. It's so bad. Also, that cop on the left just doesn't look prepared, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because his collar is half tucked under his vest. I'm being picky. Let's continue. See, Darlene knows. Darlene's been saving lives on Long Island for a long time. She knows. And Darlene, can you I can't think of any worse hair. Who, Brian Walsh? The child? I don't think he has worse hair. Yeah, it's definitely Rex, right? I can't think. Who else could have? Oh, you're talking about, well, he's not a serial killer, right? He just killed his wife. Yeah, no, I still think Rex is worse. Like, look, he stole my bangs, which I'm still pissed about. Yeah, Richard Ramirez has the worst teeth because he filed them down because he's a psycho. Ugh, that's so creepy. And that Pazuzu guy filed his down. Israel Keys had pretty nice hair. I mean, I'm not trying to compliment the guy. He's a piece of shit. But he had kind of like wavy. When he got caught, he had decent hair. Before that, he did go through a bowl cut phase. That was a bit weird. He is disgusting. Let's let it continue so I can tell you the news about what they found recently.
Motion saying that the nuclear DNA testing violates a public health law. We also just heard from Michael Brown about how Heuermann is taking the news about this nuclear DNA evidence being able to be used possibly in his upcoming trial. Take a listen to what he had to just say.
He was disappointed. He sat through the hearing. We disagree with the.
Also, I do want to go back about one thing because I made a note of this in a really old episode in some notes. And I was thinking today, I was like, I need to point this out because I always forget to. there's a couple of things that I've pointed out to you guys that I'm very interested in getting your take on. First of all, it was the day I brought up the bent finger. I don't know if you guys remember that, but in his interview with the French guy, right? Talking about is the architecture, his finger is bent to shit. His finger is bent sideways on the tip of it. Like once you get to the tip, it looks like the last I don't even know what the joint would be called. So I'm going to show you. So like this part of the finger is like sideways. Like I could do like, if I do it myself, I can like do that, like see like that. Now imagine if it's sideways. It's like totally sideways. It's so creepy. But pictures before that, it's not bent like that. And I thought that was weird. And I was like, how do you fuck his finger up like that? Part of me wonders if one of the girls like tried to break it. Because if like when I would fight with my little brother, I'd always go for the finger, try to just one little spot. You could just this dude, yeah, the phalanges, is that what it's called? That's such a weird word, phalanges. The finger, just the tip of the finger is bent like completely that way. And it's so weird. And I'm like, that is not normal. And someone said, like, it could be a birth defect. And I'm like, no, that's a fucked up finger. Like, he fucked his finger up pretty bad. Hello, Agent Pat, the FBI. I like your new name. Yeah, beady little eyes. So I was wondering, like, if there's fingerprints on a crime scene that, is questionable about who could have done this in the area or beyond. I do wonder if there are any handprints, because it wouldn't, a fingerprint, it would just look like the finger is out. But if there's handprints with a bent finger, I wonder if that's something that they've considered or look like that they could look through in CODIS. I don't know. I just thought that was very unique to him. Another thing is this. Let me show you the whole reason I even stopped to talk about this. So right here, frick. I wish it would let me. It doesn't show my mark. If you look under his nose on the right, he's got a birthmark, right? It's like, look, we're looking at him. It's his left, our right. You see that little dot right there? It's not a pimple. That's a birthmark or a mole. He's had it forever. I was looking in old ass pictures of him and he's had it. And I started thinking like, man, that's kind of interesting because in the sketches, for a lot of people that he gets, like people will say like, oh, I think he's the Route 29 stalker. I was wondering, like, I wonder if they have that mole. And I wonder if anybody, I just wonder if there's anybody out there who's seen any sketches and thought that could be Rex Heuermann. If you could like go back and look, I wonder if that, because that's very prominent. And I notice it every time he's in court. Because I have one right there and it makes me mad. And mine isn't very noticeable, but his is. But like, I do wonder about that. That's like that's something I would consider a distinguishing trait or characteristic or something, a mark, a distinguishing feature of him, a murder mole right there. Yeah, I just wonder if anybody ever looks at that when looking at the suspects for other murders, be them the Vegas ones, the ones in, was it New Jersey? The ones in New York. I wonder about that. Yeah, it's bent to shit. It's, dude, it's more crooked than a Canton cop, that finger. It's like he fingered Proctor. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's continue.
He was disappointed. He sat through the hearing. We disagree with the court's decision. We don't agree with what the court has ruled. We think that the evidence is clear.
The reason why we were able to prevail were one simple reason. The science was on our side, and that's why we won.
Good.
Now, family members of the victims were in the courtroom today. They did not speak after this decision was made. Also in the courtroom today was Rex Heuermann's estranged wife, Asa Ellerup. She came in the beginning of this hearing saying that her lawyer saying that she was interested in how this would turn out because allegedly it's some of her hairs that were found on some of these victims. So there's a lot to unpack here today. We're going to bring you the latest developments as they become available. For now, that's the latest from Riverhead. I'll toss it back to you in the studio.
Don't call me a riverhead. That's not very nice, ma'am. Also, I love how StreamYard's still pausing. Okay, good. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Ease into Springfield 3. We're not there yet. I don't have a lot of time because I do have to go pick up the man in a minute. But listen, so here's the new news. Okay. I'm going to read you this. Now, this came out in the New York Post, which normally I would be like, I don't know. I wish there was a way we could fact check it on our own because it's the Post. But at the same time, they haven't been too bad about being wrong. And it was on a news, it was on an ABC news station, so we will get copyright struck. So I will be reading this to you today. As soon as this quits freezing, what are we freaking doing here? StreamYard, why are you doing this to me, StreamYard? It's for I'm just frozen. I can't do anything. So I guess you guys can just listen to me talk. Fucking stream it. Like, now I don't know what to say. I'm just mad. Why is it doing this? I'm so mad. Yep, still paused. I don't even know if you guys can see me. I don't know. Maybe I should cut my other eye with my fingernails at this point. Because what even is YouTube anymore? It's just frozen rants, stalled communication. What's the point? Come on, god damn it. It's still frozen? I'm gonna punch a hole in the wall. I'm about to make a glory hole with my fist in the fucking concrete floor. I'm so mad right now. Well, okay, I am stuck on a blank screen. I don't know if you guys can see me. I am going to be writing letters to the government. I can't see you. I can't even see the tab open. Like, I can't. Great. No, this is fantastic. Good job. You know what, StreamYard? I'm about to fucking quit you, dude. I'm about to go Ballsack Junction, Brokeback Mountain on this bitch. I'm so mad right now. I'm gonna have to get this out. I'm still frozen. Am I gonna have to restart? Like, what are we doing here, StreamYard? What are we doing? Okay. All right, well, fuck it. I'm about to quit YouTube. I'm getting so pissed off right now. I'm like, I'm about to take it 0 to 100. I'm getting jacked up right now. I'm so pissed. Oh, finally. Oh, thanks, StreamYard. I know. I almost went full call it out. I seriously just knuckles busted, dude. Yeah, Governor Hot Wheels doesn't give a fuck as long as you can hear me. Yeah, I'm frozen, but you can hear. Excellent, good. Because that's what I pay for. I pay a lot of money to StreamYard every month because I talk too much, so I need more time. So that I can be frozen while I yell. It's fantastic. Fucking great. Yeah, there's a few of them. There's OBS. There's, which I mean kind of goes in line with the brand, but whatever. But it's too like, it just takes forever to like get it going. And then there's Streamlabs, which was just fucking terrible quality when I used it. And then YouTube, which is just inaccessible for most of the things I need to do. Tell them to eat a ass. I will say that. Eat a ass. StreamYard, eat a ass. That's the shirt. Breathe, OP. That's the other shirt. I think I breathe too much. All right. I'm so pissed. I don't even care about crime anymore. I'm going to go commit one. I'm so mad. All right. So looking at you, StreamYard. What do I have on my notes? Okay. So here is what. Oh yeah, I was gonna hit you guys with some of this info. If it doesn't pause again. Oh, good. No, freeze again. You've only done it once in 2 minutes. How could you fucking? Sorry. Okay, here we go. Excellent. You guys should see me alone. I get so crazy. Like, I shouldn't be around humans. All right. Detectives working the Gilgo Beach murders on Long Island visited Jones Beach after discovering disturbing evidence. Now, this just happened in the last 2 days, okay? Including a bloody glove near where suspect Rex Heuermann once worked, the Post has learned. Well, now we've learned it. Less than 2 months after Heuermann, and this is recently they found this, less than 2 months after Heuermann was arrested this was recently that they have put this together and announced it. But this, it's going to tell you. I'll shut up now. Less than 2 months after Heuermann was arrested in July of 2023 in connection to the 3 of the 11 Gilgo murders, workers 3 miles away at Jones Beach unearthed a cache of weather-beaten purses and women's and girls' clothing buried in the sand just outside of the East Bathhouse on Jones Beach, police sources said. The workers were cleaning the area. So this is Rex Heuermann gets arrested, right? It's July. So August, September. So September of 2023, they're cleaning out the bathhouse, which what is a bathhouse there? Because here in Texas, it's just a place for semen. So I don't know what that is, but whatever that is on Jones Beach, they found buried 2 feet under the ground, under the sand. And this is after hurricanes, after erosion. Okay. Women's and children's purses and clothing. Okay. Weather beaten. All right. Buried in the sand just outside of the East Bathhouse. Now, this is where it gets fucked up. Because you could be saying like, oh, that could be anybody's. That could be anyone's stuff. Some kids could have been, that could just be someone left their stuff behind. No. It's different people with bloody gloves. Okay. And then it gets crazier. The workers were cleaning the area and they called the police immediately. Police, and this is the important part, pay attention. Police sources said the clothing was from the late 80s and early 1990s. Buried 2 feet deep. The items included rayon miniskirts, shorts, pants, shirts, some with the buttons popped off, suggesting the clothing may have been torn off or forced open, sources said. Also found a blood-covered workman's glove and a mysterious leather strap hidden inside of a shack. Where is that? Where is it? Sorry, I just lost my... accidentally copy-pasted something. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Also found a blood-covered workman's glove and a mysterious leather strap hidden inside a shack, still used by beach employees to this day. Heuermann, 61, worked at Jones Beach during the summers of 1981 to 1984. When he was in his late teens, prosecutors revealed in February. The East Bathhouse has been closed since 2009 and should reopen next summer after recent renovations. I did take a look at it. It's like a big, long, dilapidated looking building. Let's go over it. Let's process this together, okay? Rex is a teenager. He works at Jones Beach. He worked there for about 4 years, late 80s, early 90s. If you remember the documentary that came out with Asa and all that, the 50 Cent one, you would notice that some of the pictures she showed, she stresses that this was fresh out of high school into college when she met him, and she shows the pictures and you could see what he looked like. And he was kind of tall. He was kind of tall, a little skinnier, same face, oddly enough, but skinny, long body, big ass glasses, still bad hair. Looked like a fucking nerd. Fair enough. We've all been there. We've all been fucking nerds, but he looked like a big fucking dork. All right. But a tall dork and just very like, kind of like Slender Manny, but with a big fat head. All right. So those pictures are him back then. All right. So he's working at the beach back then. Now, what are some of the cases that when I was on Melanie's channel, we used to talk about this, the skating rink murders, Tina Foglia, these kids who went missing in the late 80s early to late 80s and the early 90s that were pretty much all around that area up and down, and whether or not they had anything to do with Joel Rifkin, whether or not they could have been Arthur Shawcross, Could some of them potentially have been, any number of serial killers that were out and about at that time? Remember we talked about there was a boy who was attacking and molesting teens, 16-year-olds in the park. There are a number of killers who were looked at for because Tina went missing at around Hammerheads, right, where these bands were playing. But then up the road, you had another girl. She was basically found her body in a pit, and then she had a cardboard over the top of her. And in that case, there was rope and other things found in another guy's car, whose car had been borrowed by someone that at one point or another went there to the skating ring, right? But then you had this van of losers that got tried because they're like, look at these fucking losers. But really, they were just like, it was a West Memphis 3 type of situation where it's these kids that are like, hey, we just have a shitty van. We didn't do anything. We picked her up and then dropped her off. They ended up getting tried, convicted, and then they ended up basically getting themselves exonerated, like getting it all got reversed because of the evidence. They won their appeals and they got out of prison. So the wrong people got busted for that one, right? And they're still catching hell for it. So some of these cases that people thought were closed or not, they're actually reopened because they got the wrong people and they've already been released. So there's the roller rink. There's the Tina Foglia at Hammerheads. There's all these different women who went missing back then. But also, we have our victims who have already been found, right? Some of them didn't have, I believe, I don't remember exactly. I don't want to name names, but some of them didn't have all their stuff on them. Some of them were, I believe, nude. One of them had the dress pulled up and the arms up, I believe. Something like that. That was over on, I want to say that was that Castilla? Well, 2 of them were posed. The people that are attributed to Bitteroff, there's 2 out of 3 that are him, but then they're all very similar, which kind of throws it all off a little bit, but still he's in prison for it. And it seems like he's not doing too well in his appeals. So it's strange because, could these items, if they are Rex's, could they belong to the women that were already found? Or could they belong to women that, have not been attributed to Rex that could be from years earlier? Or could there just be a totally separate cache of clothes it's strange. I don't think it's fair to say 100% this is Rex, but it would be a hell of a coincidence, right? Especially considering he worked there and the style of the clothes, the time period. It reeks of, here's your stash, buddy. Okay, so again, let's go over that. The items include items from the late 80s, early 90s. The items include rayon mini skirts, shorts, pants, shirts, some with their buttons popped off. This is a big, when you've got multiple ones with the buttons ripped off, and especially if there's any threading left, and you can see it's like a little bit curled at the end, or there's it's threadbare, and if you will, it's not necessarily always. It's not always that, something nefarious happened here, but there is a way that they can tell if something was yoinked, if something was ripped, like what this clothing looks like, even though it was buried for a long time and weathered, obviously. Like what it looked like when it was buried, though, it's still generally preserved, It was not under it. It was 2 feet deep right outside of it, I believe. So here's the rest. They're definitely taking this seriously, given how close it is to Go-Go Beach. A source explained it could be a coincidence, though. Have to throw that in. All of the items were collected by investigators for forensic testing. It is unclear if results have been returned. So let's think about that. This was September of 2023. All right. They already have the DNA back. They've already got lab analysis back, and they're fighting to use it in court. So I can't imagine they wouldn't have these results back. I am curious if they haven't announced anything about the results, and this is the Post's way of pushing that to see what's up, because the police aren't just going to tell everyone everything they have, right? It's just strange. And yeah, an abandoned bathhouse, but it wasn't abandoned then though. It was abandoned in 2009, but that is a good point because these women who went missing in 2010 or their bodies were found in 2010 who went missing in 2009 after July, that is possible. This could be the place where he took them. And also stop construction right now. Stop, like they're revamping it, right? Stop. Run through it like it's a crime scene, please, just in case. I'm sure they did. Was there any semi-permanent structure there back in the 80s, 90s, a wall or a fence? I don't know, but the pictures that I saw, it seemed like there's like, I believe there's a pier nearby, and then there's just that big long ass building. But it kind of looked like the beaches are popping. You know what I mean? Kind of looked like they're popping. So I feel like I know that there were like some shacks and stuff around there. Right now, present day, there are these surf shops and shacks that have cameras up on the beach that you can watch 24/7. But other than that, the further out you get, it's more desolate. But I think Jones Beach, I don't know. Darlene could probably talk to it more, like speak to it more. Do you think Jones Beach is a little more frequented by people, or is there a desolate area out there? Beaches were popping. Okay. Excellent. All right. So, it's interesting because if it was closed down and no one could enter, that would be a good place. He did work there. I do wonder if maybe it had the same key all those years and he kept it. Possible. All of the items were collected by investigators for forensic testing. It's unclear if the results have been returned. Jones Beach ends where Gilgo Beach begins. And prosecutors contend Heuermann is well acquainted with Ocean Parkway, where most of the victims' bodies were scattered. Jones Beach has for decades used burlap fencing during the winter months to guard plants on the dunes. Keyword burlap. Jones Beach has for decades used burlap fencing during the winter months to guard plants in dunes, as well as to protect the dunes from erosion caused by the wind, the source said. Some of Long Island serial killer's victims were found wrapped in burlap. Oh, wow. A judge this week ruled prosecutors could present DNA evidence at Heuermann's trial. The court hearing is set for September 23rd. That is coming up very soon. Okay. If this trial goes forward without an immediate plea, I will be up there. Bet your ass. I've been following this shit since before the bodies were found because I was following the missing persons cases that had been cold. 2 of them in particular. So when all these names started popping up, and I had a list of these sex workers, and out of all of them, there were only 4 that were actually on my list. So to see so many more attributed to the same person, and again, that was before the bodies were found. I was just looking at missing women because we've talked about this, how you can search the Johns forums and stuff, and you can, any missing sex workers tend to be overlooked. So that's always the first place I go. It doesn't matter if you're, black, white, old, young, whatever. It doesn't matter what you do for a job. If you're somebody that is kind of skipped over in society, that I'm very interested. I want to look. Let me look. It was strange to see so many that I'd never even heard of. But then to find out that some of them, the families, didn't know where they went, or they tried to report, they were told they were adult. Like, there's just so many cases in the area that are very, very odd, but can often be completely forgotten due to a lack of interest from their jobs and stuff. And that's just really fucking sad to me. So I was astounded when they found so many. It's like, I didn't even hear of that person. Where did she come from? And I was still looking at Cottingham era shit. So I've been looking at this case. Shit. I mean, technically it's this case because we ended up finding out it was coming back to Rex, right? Since it's been almost 20 years. Some of the women that I was looking at went missing in the 90s, but I didn't start looking until the mid 2000s. And it's strange. It's strange that it all comes back to this one guy. So I'm going to fucking be there. Okay. I will be there for at least 1 or 2 court hearings. I need to go. There is the burlap. You could say it's a coincidence. Lots of beaches use that, but the burlap, the location, the time frame, the fact that it's different, it's younger and older clothing. I mean, and it's buried. It's, come on. Come on. Even like Rifkin and Schulman, people like that, like they disposed of clothing and stuff, I believe, a lot of the victims before they even put them in the bags and dumped them, before he had the wheelbarrow full of blood. Sometimes they'd burn them or they'd try to destroy them. To bury them is very interesting and odd behavior. I always wondered why, like, Rex is right next to an ocean. Obviously, shit could wash up on pier, but he has a boat. He has access to one. It's strange to me that instead of Dextering, which glad he didn't, because then we wouldn't have found them. But think about how it's difficult to dispose of a body right offshore and then the tide coming in. But if you have access to go way out in the water, why would you put them all in an area that it's almost like a tableau, but it's just, remember, like just barely underground, kind of like the clothes? It's not like they're just laying on top. They had to be dug for, right? So why would you leave it in a place where somebody could stumble across it, right? Seems dumb. But also then leave the clothing like that? I think he revisited. It's just my opinion, but I can't see any other reason. Exactly. Agreed. So you can visit them. And this is a predilection that so many serial killers have. Paraphilias aside, reasons, childhood, take all of it, put it aside. The whole triad, everything. Like, did they hurt animals? Did they piss the bed? Did they light fire? Like, take all that, push it aside. It's a whole different thing to want to revisit or have quick access to your crime scene. That's not disorganized necessarily. It's very, he literally put them in, or like, let's put them here, right? So I can look out onto the beach, so I can pass by them every day. They are his possession. He really does treat them like, it's like when you have someone in the neighborhood who's always bitching about someone else's yard, right? Which is ironic because look at his yard. People are like, I just hate, it's an eyesore. It's blight, right? Look at his home. Look at, he is the blight of the hood, right? I feel like for him, he loves to see that shit. And for him, it's like, he knows it's there. He knows that he has stained this community. He knows exactly where he did it. He knows how to pass by it. When he passes by it, he knows that I left my garbage. I left my trash, because that's how he treated them. They're not that. They are wonderful, beautiful humans who did not deserve to die. But he looks at them like garbage. He just leaves his garbage out so everyone can see it, but they can't see it, which is so odd. It's such an odd mentality, because typically if you're going to display something to freak out the community, make it a tableau, just plop it down and he can't wait for someone to find it, like some of these other creeps. That's a different mentality of serial killer. He has the mentality of, he has a secret. He can see it. No one else can, but it's right there in the public. And that's terrifying. Just like the clothes. By coincidence? I don't think so. This is really, but then why haven't we heard anything back? Well, maybe because court hasn't started yet, but also you would think something would have leaked. I don't know. Okay, prosecutors utilized a more advanced but unproven method for testing hairs recovered from some of the bodies, making a first for New York. We have a precedent-setting case here, too. Heuermann is accused of killing Valerie Mack. Wait, they got the names wrong? Hold on, they fucked up some of the names. It's not Melissa Taylor, it's Jessica Taylor. Post, what are you doing? Valerie Mack, Jessica Taylor. They put Melissa Taylor. Valerie Mack, Jessica Taylor, Megan Waterman, Melissa Bartholomew, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Sandra Castilla, Amberlyn Costello. And he has pleaded guilty to all 7. He has pleaded not guilty to all 7 murder charges. Investigators are still trying to connect Heuermann to 4 other bodies found dumped along Ocean Bar. I don't like the way they ended that. That's just me being petty, but I don't. They're not trying to connect anything. They're testing the evidence to see if it connects. Fucking Post. They get the name wrong of one of the victims is insane. Like, what are you doing? Like, what? Rude. Okay. So, there's that. So, what do you guys think? There's so crazy to me. There's clothing I want to know what clothing. Because if we knew we know what the kids who left the skating rink were wearing. We know what Tina Foglia was wearing. We know what a lot of the victims were wearing. So tell us what clothing was found. Weathered purses, were there IDs in them? It's very strange. Okay, here's one more thing. Oh, shit, what time is it? Sorry I'm cursing so much. Okay, let me see. Oh, I do have a little update. Huh. Jessica said that this is for Kobe. Got a little update from Jessica on Kobe. He was found in North Beach at Washington Square in San Francisco. Wow. Huh. So Kobe was in a totally different location. Interesting. Okay. I do have to go in a little bit. So again, I'm going to push the Springfield 3 till tomorrow. There's too much to talk about with that. I might even have to push it back another day because there's that and there's some yogurt shop murder stuff that I've been working on for you guys to show you that is really, it started out like this is going to be something that I think is really important that people need to see, and it could maybe stretch to 2 episodes, but there's just a lot in it that is kind of blowing my mind right now. But there's a rumor I'll tell you about with the Springfield 3 in a minute. First, I want to tell you about this. So I'm not at CrimeCon. Haven't been going to crime. I didn't go. But Turbo's there. A couple other people are there. They've been keeping me abreast. And apparently, like Jean Benet's dad, I think he's there. There's like a lot of people there right now. And Jean Benet's dad has been doing a bit of a little like press tour because I don't know. It seems like there's going to be movement in the case. All right. Something's going on. And what's interesting is they did send off some more DNA for the case, I believe. At least he mentioned in the last update that we got from him. There was some more DNA possibly sent off. And I'm very interested to hear this hopeful new update in the cold case. Okay. Now here's the problem. It is on Fox and Friends. And I don't know if I'm going to get... It's not worth risking it, is it? Yeah, this is definitely... It says copy... Fuck. Well, essentially, they're running some more DNA. Let's just say that. They're running some more DNA in it. It should be coming back soon. This is very, very interesting. Yeah, I believe it is the garrote, right? And not only the garrote, I think there was another piece of evidence. But they didn't really, I don't think they said exactly what the other one is. But yeah, it's very, very interesting to me that they're finally getting around to doing this. You think so? I don't think he is at all. He seems like a very nice man. I feel horrible for him and Patsy. I think that was another situation where, because of how other parents were acting on the news when shit was happening to them, I think that, I don't know, I think they caught a lot of flack for it. They did have a lot of people in and out of their house, but I think MVAC could be a winner with this one. Her underwear, so apparently they did, because they were able to tell that it was like what it was, and that, you know, that there was a sex assault. But I don't know that any foreign DNA was found, like basically I don't know exactly what was found. You know what I mean? But they definitely did their swabs. They collected it, and they did say that there was a sign of some sort of assault, I believe. So I do think that they know something. Oh, I absolutely don't think it's Burke. I know people who know Burke, and I've talked to some of them, and that poor kid had the worst fucking life. He's actually really good friends with some of my friends, and he's apparently a big sweetheart. And he's been tortured over this. He's got a, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's not autism. I think Asperger. He's not good at registering emotions. Let's just say that. Did they claim the DNA was from a person who packaged it in the factory? They did try to claim that, but I think because I believe she wet herself, right? But I believe that they said that there were signs of another assault, but it was too degraded, and every time they rerun it, it like takes a little more, and now the technology is there. So everything that they didn't want to waste the samples of, they couldn't run back then. So the stuff that they basically can now use without degrading and taking away and still preserving some, that's the shit that they're running now. The garrote was a big one because it would have had, I'm never going to show those photos on this channel, but the crime scene photos are available. They're very graphic. There's some blurs. Obviously, there should be on certain parts. It is so different than the way it was portrayed in book form by that crazy investigator. The lady investigator whose eyes are popping out of her head, and she's like, I was looking at the face of the murder. That lady's fucking nuts. Her book was terrible. I don't believe she was scared at all. I do worry about Fleet. I worry about Fleet, and I worry that I'm going to tell you my theory, and I kind of hesitate on this one. I worry that John was him and Patsy, right? They were very trusting of their friends in that community. But I do worry if the situation as it was going on and the way that it pointed to him and the writing of the note, the re-entering and researching and then going down to that room and all of a sudden finding it covered, picking her up and carrying her. Like, this makes sense to me. If your kid, like, wanting to cover your baby girl, wanting to carry her, wanting to hold her, that makes sense to me. The pain in Patsy's voice, the amount she self-medicated, the mourning, the sadness, everything about her seemed on par with me. To me. John, at first I wasn't sure. I'm like, I don't know. This guy seems kind of weird. Then you find out what a terrible life that man had. Yeah, he was rich as fuck, but he lost another kid, and God, he had, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but he had a really depressing, fucked up life. And then with Patsy's cancer, with all of it, it's a lot. At the same time, yeah, the pineapple chunks don't really bother me. Pineapple's the only fruit that eats you, remember? There's a lot of science behind that. And there are some theories about the pineapple as far as how much acid was in the stomach and had eaten away at the lining, which for kids can be brutal. That shows that maybe the timing is a bit off on that. And also, there's just a lot of things that little boy couldn't have done. When you see, if you've seen the crime scene, you could just go look them up. Like, there's, I just can't see him doing it. It's, first of all, none of them had a stun gun either. And that is, I have stunned myself with a stun. Those are stun gun prongs. I don't care what anyone says. Those are, I've done it to myself. That's exactly what they look like. There's a lot going on in that case that has been misinterpreted by the media. One of the biggest things that I'm always astounded that they kind of leave out is that there was construction nearby and you could look down into the window and then there's direct access to the basement below. And there were a lot of construction workers nearby wearing the shoes that the killer would have worn. There was a suitcase that had remnants of her hair in it. And they believe now that this person might have tried to put her in a suitcase, hoist her out the window, and then pull themselves out. Ended up scrapping that plan, taking her body out, and then the suitcase is right under the window where they could just climb, right? There's just so much stuff in this case that makes me think it was someone who knows the family, obviously. So Fleet scares me. Not gonna lie. I don't want to accuse the man, but Fleet scares me. I also think that there were people in John and Patsy's ear, one of those being Fleet. And Fleet would have known a lot of the information that was in that letter. But also they openly talked in front of like the maid knew all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people knew, because think about it. John's standing around. He's on his phone. He's like, blah, 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 blah. He's talking. He's walking around the house on his cordless phone, yelling shit. Workers could probably hear. If he's out in the garden walking the car, they could probably hear. But the details were so fucking specific. I think it had to be someone that worked with him, and it could have been. But it also could have been, maybe been, there was the Santa photographer everybody's obsessed with, or the photographer, the Santa guy. That was kind of debunked. But again, you have a pedophile in your house. And then the other photographer who was a pedophile. Like, years later, they didn't know this at the time. Otherwise, they likely would have asked or acted on it. But years later, to find out how many of those people would go on to become pedophiles is a problem to me. Yeah, there's a pedophile Santa, pedophile photographer that was obsessed with her. And then you have, Fleet was a neighbor, a witness, a bestie. Like, he was really close to them. Then you have to consider, Jesus, so what's his name? John Mark Carr, is that his name? So the guy that was obsessed with Jean Benet, everybody was so sure. They're like, it's him, it's him, it's him, it's him. But when you think about it, if you include the ransom note, right? How could it be hit? Like, it just kind of doesn't make any sense. That guy, his behavior reminds me of so many people who false confess to shit. That's just a psycho and a pervert. There were 2 other serial killers nearby in the area at that time. Concerning, especially the type of clothing, right, that they're wearing. A lot of people are still trying to pin it on Ghislaine. Well, Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein were only a couple 100 miles away. Okay, that's enough. Let's not be fucking stupid. I'm trying to remember. There was one more. I can't remember the guy's name. There was a guy who was visiting. He wore a similar style of shoe. They believe that he was at the party, maybe. And he was this outdoorsy guy. He kidnapped another kid nearby. And there was actually it's not a forensic files, but there might have been a Dateline about this girl. It was around when Heidi Seaman got kidnapped in murder. It was around when a lot of like 6 to 12-year-old girls were going missing in Texas, Colorado, Oklahoma, Tennessee. This guy kidnapped a girl in Colorado from a Christmas party. If anybody in the chat remembers that guy, there were people who were still accusing him, and I believe he might have been in prison when that happened or in jail already, but he was someone that people were suspecting. I cannot remember his name right now, but he was at a Christmas party for this woman. It was this woman, and she brought her little daughter with her to a work Christmas party. And this guy's there, and he's just playing with the kids, but he's obsessed with her daughter. And he's like, just everyone's like, who is that guy? Like, no one recognized him. And then the guy disappears. So does the daughter. And then the daughter is found later, much in the way Jean Benet was. There was even an issue with him, and it would have been perfect. So there's that. But I do think that John Mark, a lot of these people who are like obsessed with her, openly confessing and clearly going through some sort of mental health issues. That's kind of a perfect example of how mental health issues can make weirdos fixate on a kid. Doesn't mean they did it. Was he in Thailand too? So it's a very concerning case, but the main point is there is evidence that they could have tested, and a lot of people are like, why the fuck didn't they? Why the fuck didn't they? I can't remember her name, Cindy. I'll look it up and we'll talk about it tomorrow. It's is it I think there is a forensics files on it, but it was a Christmas party in Colorado and this little girl goes missing. And this was, I want to say pre-94. It was just really, really sad. Yeah, we'll talk. I'm gonna have to go find that. That's the problem, Tiff, is a lot of people, they had open houses. They were the ones who were like, come look at our home. Come on in. We're going to have a party. We're going to have, you know what I mean? They do these like neighborhood open houses where everybody just comes to mingle. It's, I don't know. It's rich people shit I don't understand, but apparently rich people just go to each other's houses all the time. It's very, very strange. That is true, Laura. That is true. I remember the exception to the rule, the happiness a lot of us felt in the U.S. when Elizabeth Smart was found, because you usually assume they don't make it. Exactly. And J.C. Dugard, that was another one. That was unbelievable. The three girls with Angel in, is that his name? Angel, the Cleveland House of Horrors. Ugh. Is it Melissa Brandon? That sounds very, I have to look that up. Sounds very familiar. I just know that poor little girl was at a Christmas party. There were people who were blaming that guy for a long time. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Back then, they weren't PDF files. So imagine, like, it's the 90s. You have these people at your house, and then in 2010, you find out, 3 of them went to prison for being pedophiles. So all these people you had in your house who at the time were not seen as a threat or dangerous, now in the future, you know, now they're doing bad shit. And it's like at the time, there was no way you could have known because they did the bad shit after your daughter went missing. It's a tough one. But anyway, so the point is, there were all these methods that we have now that, sure, DNA tests could have been really successful back then. But if they were to do that, it would have degraded it. And they knew the technology isn't there. So if you know the technology isn't there and it's a shot in the dark, but then that DNA is gone forever, what do? Kind of like the Ogershot murders. You hold on to it, you sit tight, you wait, you collect it anyway. You're right, Ariel Castro, that's his name, not Angel. So I don't want to say the wrong kid, but I'm gonna figure it out and I'll post it on the wall, or I'll just bring it up tomorrow because we will continue this. I'll tell you just because I have to go, but I'm going to tell you just of the Springfield 3 rumors that are going around. And I challenge any of you guys to get into the scanner group because I've been trying so hard. It's Ozarks 417 Scanner Committee, or just type in Ozarks Scanner. It's on Facebook. There's a group of people who are following the scanners and stuff, and they're in Springfield, Missouri. All right. And they reported on Facebook and they posted the scanner audio. Because I'm not allowed in the group because I don't fucking live there, even though I tried lying and they still would not let me in. I just went, I downloaded all the video from the day in question, which would have been August 26th. Okay. So according to this group, and it's not just in the group, locals are speaking out on Reddit. They've spoken out in Facebook, but also in person. A lot of them are talking about, I saw so-and-so at the store the other day. Everybody in every social media fucking platform who lives there has been saying, there's something here because I heard this too. I heard this too. I heard this too. So when everybody's hearing it, I heard it at the store. I heard it from Angie. Like, they're naming names. They're talking about who they heard it from. On August 26th, according to the police scanner, there was something going on at a local nursery. I'm not going to name it because I don't want to dox them. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because it would already be, if anything, they have commercials. So, I mean, maybe they want people there. Just don't bother them because it's not necessarily there, but it's behind it. So it's called Carson's. Okay. It's this nursery there. Apparently the police were there and they were heading there because according to locals, take this with a grain of salt, they claim that the police are gathered behind Carson's nursery into the wooded area because they claim they possibly found 3 bodies. And then they claim that it's related to the Springfield 3. And then they claim, and these are literally all the rumors that are in that group that were copy pasted and sent to me privately, and then on Reddit. And if you can get in the Ozark scanner group, please do it. And I downloaded it. I have to, it's all day. I don't know an exact time. It's like an all day thing. I am halfway through August 26th. I'm very close. But apparently on the scanners, people heard it. They got interested. They drove by. They saw cops there. 2 members out of all the communities said, I didn't see cops there. And they're like, nah, it's in the way back by the woods by so-and-so's property. So apparently somebody who was considered a suspect at one point, this is the rumor, tipped in where he knew the bodies to be because he said someone else did it and told him, right? Apparently, the police were there. So was a news crew, but it's to film a commercial they were doing that day for like the morning news about come to this nursery, right? So the jury's kind of out on that. It's a little split. Some people are like, well, I didn't see it, so it didn't happen. And others are like, well, I'm fucking from the area and I saw it and Doreen saw it and so did Ted. And so everybody's been fighting about that. And then someone was like, okay, enough. Here it is on the scanner. And they posted it. And I need to find this fucking part. But apparently they say straight up on the scanner, like, report to this area behind Carson's. Okay. So that's the rumor, is that there's going to be movement in the case, but they're trying to keep it locked down tight. All right. And that there's possibly somebody who snitched from prison. It's very, very strange timing because in such an old case, right, for that to pop up out of nowhere, there's almost always an immediate debunk. Like, nope, that's bullshit. This happened August 26th. It's still like people are still openly discussing and freaking out over it. People are like, my cousin's grandma works there, blah, blah, blah. So here's the other rumor. The person who did it used to work there and buried them behind there. That's the rumor. So when you look up people who worked there, one of them was an old original suspect. And how many times do we find out that someone that they were looking at the beginning and cleared ends up becoming the guy? So everyone's split on, does this have legs? Is it real? Did they find bones, or were they just thinking of looking at that area? Like, what's going on? So with that said, I started going on a deep dive. All right. I downloaded I've been working on it for you. Every day I get more info from the people that I've been talking to about this who live there and are in some of these groups. And apparently the speculation has run wild because now 3 of the most prominent people who literally write the book on, write the blog on, and bust their ass to keep forums in the community updated, YouTube creators who live there, who make videos, are starting to say, oh shit, I heard this too. This could be real. So when I see at least one that I really respect saying that, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, could this be? And I think it's very interesting. So I'd like to talk about Springfield 3. And we're going to have an episode ASAP, like in the next 3 days, where we're going to give you a rundown for anybody who doesn't know the case. And I want to challenge you guys, if you can get, yours is pending, Darcy. Oh, if you can get in that scanner group, I sure would love it. But yeah, that's what's going on. And I just fuck, I pray for those kids, dude. That's so sad. And that woman, it's so sad. Like, and a lot of people are blaming Bart Streeter. We have to talk about that. The brother who everybody used to blame in the beginning. A video went kind of viral saying he tried to kidnap this girl because he walked into a hair place drunk and was like, "You're my granddaughter, come with me." And it was pretty fucked up. But he also has a charge in Vegas. But then everybody who knows the case in and out, who's respected, is like, don't be stupid. Bart just has a drinking problem because of this case. It does stupid things, but it's like, oh, it's two attempted kidnapping charges, kind of crazy. But then you have to consider that the victim, one of the victims and her ex-boyfriend and a bunch of dudes, like all of her ex-boyfriend's friends, were grave robbers and they went to jail for it. And she was testifying against them. So it's a very complicated case. Okay. There's a lot of ins and outs. All right. So we're going to be talking about that in the next coming days. I just want to touch base with you guys. I do really have to go. I have to go pick the old man up, but here's what we got. I'm going to get more details on the JonBenet update for you. We're going to have to do a big JonBenet episode. Springfield 3 rumors. They are rumors, but I'm very curious if anyone can confirm any of this. Also, Kobe found. Yes, Kobe Davis has been found. I want to know what the clothing was in the hole at Jones Beach. So if we could get on that, I would love that. And by we, I mean everybody help me with this because I need to know. Like, what was the clothing on Jones Beach? What kind of blouse? What color? Was it blue? Were gold buttons or no buttons? Were there buttons or were they totally ripped off? Where are those buttons? Did Rex have buttons in his house that were ripped off from those blouses? What do we know about this? How long is it going to take for us to know about this? How many pants? What size of pants? What purses? Were there IDs in them? What side of the bathhouse? Who found it? Why? What? When? Where? How? I have so many questions, and the only person talking about it is the New York fucking Post. There's not even fucking news stories about it, so I'm pissed off, and I'd like to know more. There's so much going on with cold cases right now. It's a really exciting time because it tells you that technology is working. And that's good. And IgG analysis is working. And that is so good. I'm just thrilled to bits that a lot of this shit is getting traction. I wish that these cases that are unsolved, that are horrific and cold for decades, got half as much traction as like old crazy ass Donna Adelson and Wendy. I mean, if we could get that kind of attention on the cases that need it, because that one's a shoo-in. There's cases that are like not shoo-ins where they don't know who the fuck did it. I want them to get that kind of traction. We need to find a Donna. Who's the Donna Adelson in this case that we can focus on so people will be interested? I can see if I can call Brown and squirm stuff. Dude, please squirm. Kobe is okay. He is alive. He has been found. He's found, Cindy, and he's okay and he's alive. And this is exciting. This is exciting. So it works if you work it. I'm going to be probably talking about a lot of really crazy cold cases in the next 2 weeks because there's 3 of them that I'm the yogurt shop murder, Springfield 3, JonBenet. They're huge cases to tackle. We're not going to do super in-depth on all of them because it's too much. But I have some thoughts, and I found some new stuff out about CODIS and some of the suspects for the yogurt shop murder that I want to talk to you about. And I did get FOIA responses for 2 of those 3 cases. I did not FOIA JonBenet, but the other 2 I did and got some interesting stuff back. So we're going to be talking about that in the next few days. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do have to go. So we're going to put off again. Springfield 3 is such a big undertaking. Let's just say that it's a challenge to cover that one because there's just so much info. What a great spot to pause me on. Wow. Thanks, StreamYard. How flattering. Excellent. Amazing. Amazing. All right. I love you too, darling. I love all of you. Cindy, I completely agree. Completely agree. Thank you guys so much for being here. Cool. I'm frozen again. You know what? I'm done with StreamYard. I'm done. I'm switching. I'm going to find something else. This is crazy. I can't believe I'm still paused. Like, I'm still, like, how many times have I frozen in this live? What are they doing? Do they just put their thumbs up their ass when they make this platform? Oh, I'm back. Great. Excellent. Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much. Y'all are the best. Is it freezing me again? It's freezing me just talking. I'm not even opening anything. It's just freezing me. This is fucking fantastic. Fuck you, StreamYard. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. I feel so blessed to have you in my lives, even though most of you are.
Hi. You're both
It's gonna
high.
take a minute. That joke would. Yeah, the joke didn't hit because it froze. You didn't even get to see bar.
Hi. You're both high.
It just said it. You didn't even get to see the video. It froze again. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with this. Bye, StreamYard. Bye, you guys. You're the best. I want to end on a clip, but you know what? Can't even get it. Now it's looking at Janelle. Now we're looking at Janelle's fucking face. Really, StreamYard? Jesus Christ.